This might sound like patting ourselves on the back. The media have been vital during this pandemic. But like businesses everywhere, many news operations are suffering financially right now, especially those serving immigrant communities in the U.S. Here's the world's Rupa Shenoy.
You've got a lot of time as a trucker. Sonny Graywall has a refrigerated truck. He hauls dairy and fruits and vegetables.
Punjabi Radio USA sun rahe sare himanjo ka te.
At first, listening to Punjabi Radio USA was something just to break up the silence. Graywall's dad got him into it about 8 years ago. Their family's from India.
So he was always listening because my dad basically speaks our native language, the Punjabi language.
And Punjabi Radio USA is all Punjabi language all the time. Now it's become a lifeline for Graywall and the tens of thousands of other Punjabi-speaking truck drivers in the U.S. In some areas of California, they can hear it on the radio. In other places, truckers stream it or call a number to listen. There's a whole show about trucking where people can call in and ask an expert questions. After the coronavirus hit, these truckers started reporting problems with the rest stops they rely on for bathrooms and food.
Yeah, so there were a lot of people were calling in and telling them, hey, this company don't let us use the restroom. They don't even let us go inside.
So we became a platform on them so that they can tell their issues.
Raj Karambir Singh is one of the two main hosts of California-based Punjabi Radio USA.
And slowly, people who were listening, okay, somebody who was listening in India, okay, I will provide you sanitizer, gloves on this truck stop.
People across the country started organizing help for truckers. Singh has also brought on doctors, lawyers, and other experts to tell people about all aspects of the pandemic, like who's at risk, who gets stimulus checks, and who qualifies for unemployment.
It became more intense. It took more of our time, although we got financially hit with the coronavirus because a lot of our advertisers, they had to shut down their businesses. So that way we lost advertisers as well.
That's a problem for many mainstream media companies right now. But a new report from the City University of New York's Center for Community Media argues news outlets like Punjabi Radio USA are vital and need to be supported because they're the only trusted sources of information on specific problems facing some immigrant groups. Daniella Gerson wrote the report. She calls media organizations like Punjabi Radio USA digital first responders.
They're seeing record traffic, but at the same time that they're seeing record traffic, their contracts are being canceled. And the reason is that media outlets serving immigrants depend on other small immigrant businesses for the most part.
Gerson says many digital first responders for immigrant communities have been hit hard. For example, the Noi Viet Daily News, the largest Vietnamese newspaper in the U.S., has cut staff. Another one is Jambalaya News out of New Orleans.
The women behind that news outlet, which is just the only Spanish language source for the community, are not paying themselves right now.
Punjabi Radio USA plans to keep going despite the financial situation, says host Raj Karambir Singh.
The thing is that the information what we are giving, nobody else is giving, so not everybody is doing what we are doing for our community right now.
Sonny Graywall is counting on that information to help navigate the current economy, which has been really hard on people like him who own their own trucks. They're getting paid a lot less to haul freight, even though farmers have produce that needs to be shipped across the country.
We are basically not even surviving right now. The rates they're offering, we can't even survive.
Graywall says now it costs him more to run his truck than he earns taking a job. So for now, he's parked it in Buffalo, New York, where he lives. He still dials into Punjabi Radio USA, hoping the hosts explain how truckers can manage their loan payments during this crisis.
They figure it out. They find out. Then they tell everybody on the radio. That's when I find out. Then I can call my lenders and try to skip my couple payments or defer the payment or something.
Whatever happens, Graywall trusts Punjabi Radio USA and his community, their listeners, to help.